Okay, where did he go? There he is. He's to the left. You see him? See him? Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, losing a lot of light because I'm... Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Look at that. It's my first little baby. Little baby. Look at that. Ain't that nice? I gotta go to work. Whoa, I don't know if you can see this. I'm still... Where did it go? This would be... Oh, you see that right there? You see him? Right to the left there? That's a baby Daniels. I was looking in the sump tank to see if I had any fish that got sucked up, and I was just about to call it a quits, and I saw one of these guys. So I go and I get the net, and then I saw the other guy. They look like tadpoles almost. Big beady little eyes. Alright, I think it's time to make an adjustment or an improvement on this system. I've got to... It did exactly what I wanted it to do. With the big fish, with the goldfish, it was perfect. But with the little fish, I'm having a little bit of a problem. Alright, just came back from the hardware store and picked up some goodies. It was really awesome because I had the opportunity to talk to somebody who gave me a really good idea. And that is, take this mesh, and what we're going to do is we're going to stick it inside the tube. Kind of like an inner sleeve, and then that way this mesh will prevent little fishies from going in. The only downside to this plan that I see is it will create maintenance, and that is not part of the goal of the project, is to create more maintenance. So this may be a temporary solution until I can figure out a better solution, but I wouldn't be surprised if I just have to deal with this for some time. So I'm going to put this together and test it out. So this is actually positive looking. This is looking like it's working. So the only other problem I'm having is the sound. And I think what I'm going to do is address that by putting like a little piece of tube inside so I can allow air to get in. So I don't know if I'm going to like this in here for the long haul. I mean, I've already sort of committed to giving it a shot, so that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't like it in a week or two, I'll just pull it out, clean it all up, and just give it away because I don't really need Lego. Maybe somebody else will like it. Other than that, we'll see what it all looks. Or let's see how it works. Okay, I might be spooking them now, but I think I may have spooked them out, but there's a lot of activity in and around this area with these little fish. They do seem to dig this little nook, so I'm going to take out the Lego and I'm going to keep an eye out for something similar but more organic and use that instead. Okay, so I come home here and I just look at this. When I first saw this looked like it worked, and then I just assumed it would work, and I didn't monitor it. Now I didn't actually have a spill or anything here, but it's creeping up really high. In fact, I actually poked at it. I want to say it was almost a smidge bit higher than this. So what I need to do is put more holes down in there. I think I'm probably just going to like riddle that whole thing up for what it's worth. Alright, so looking at this, I think one of the problems that I was sort of anticipating is that this is going to get gunked up. And that's what we're seeing here, is some gunking going on. I think when I had the big green filter, it took up a hell of a lot more surface area. And even though I wasn't too concerned with a little bit of gunk building up, but I knew that it was going to break down over time. I think one of the problems with this is it could gunk up enough that it won't break down in enough time. So all I'm really going to do is essentially move this up here, and then I'm going to add some Alright, got more holes in here. That should be enough. Probably more than doubled the holes by a bit. Got a little bit more room in here if I really needed it, but I think this will be sufficient enough for the test. Another thought that I had while I was drilling these holes is I was kicking up a lot of poo from the substrate. Now this is going to be natural. This isn't exactly an excuse or anything that it's like, oh, just one time. But that is probably what caused it to clog up real quick. Now, I haven't done a substrate cleaning in a while, even though I remember saying that I was going to. One of the things I learned about the plants is they kind of like it a little bit. So it's kind of makes it easier for me because I can be a little slack, they like it more, and as long as I'm not having them kick up too much, it does look pretty clean. Like, it's only when I go around poking it about, but eventually they poke around and things settle and things are good. So it doesn't mean I'm not going to do substrate cleanings. It just means that, well, it's going to support some of my procrastination on wanting to do it. There, we got it in there. And I'm going to watch this one a little more diligently for the next, well, today and for the next few odd days. I anticipate that this is still a likely, it's going to be the same sort of problem. I don't anticipate a huge problem. There's still lots of room. I don't know if you can see it too well. There is some room up above, so it'll still want to pour in before. But for now, I think I can just leave this and watch this. So as you can see here, it's going through its cycle phase. And this is what I saw before. Everything's looking good. If I were to open up this, everything's looking good. I think there's a little bit of wiggle room on the top but I will have to watch this over the days and months, and if it's something that needs consistent maintenance, I'm going to address that. I want to be able to walk away from this like the last system and not worry about it. And if that means that I can't, or, you know, whatever, there are going to be fewer survivors of the little guys, so be it. I'd rather not have an emergency than, you know, try to keep a fish or two alive, because screw them. I mean, ultimately I want to let this veg out more, so there will be plenty of hiding spots. They can stay away from this. And obviously in a future project, or even down the road, I'd love to be able to re-engineer this whole system and make it work way better. But till I can do that, I just got to make do with what I have.